24 hours have been a flurry of emotion, sadness, anger, disappointment, grief for the Madison community.
We begin with that breaking news from Madison and that realization that a school shooting has killed 3 people, including the shooter.
As we learn more about the shooting at Abundant Life Christian School, police are also asking for help from anyone who knew the shooter, a 15-year-old girl. We got team coverage tonight. Let's begin with Brett Lemoyne. You were in today's only briefing. That's the only one we're going to get today, Brett.
Yeah, that's right, Ben and Kim, and we're right out in front of the school now, and I want to show you some of the flowers and candles that people have been leaving right in front of Abundant Life Christian School. As you said, Madison's police chief offered few new details today, but he did give some clarification in the city's only planned update for Monday. Chief Shon says there is no status change for the 2 people who were hospitalized in critical condition. Barnes also would not share any new information or even the name, age, or gender of the teacher and student who were killed. He says detectives' top priority right now is trying to figure out what may have prompted 15-year-old Natalie Ruppnow to go to school Monday with a gun and open fire. Madison police are aware of a reported manifesto circulating on social media. Detectives have not verified its authenticity. Barnes also corrected something he said Monday night, that the person who called 911 at the school was a second-grade teacher, not a student. Barnes said investigators are trying to protect the rights and privacy of the victims, but also said the police need the public's help.
There are always signs of a school shooting before it occurred. Some of you have reached out about Ruppnow's social media activity prior to yesterday's shooting. We're looking into her online activity. We're asking anyone who knew her or who may have insights into her feelings leading up to yesterday to please contact the Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
And the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County will hold a candlelight vigil tonight that's taking place outside of the state capitol. Reporting live in Madison, Brett Lemoyne, Fox 6 News.
Brett, we've also learned there's new investigations underway. Tell us about these swatting incidents that occurred today.
Yeah, police say someone or some group of individuals have called local schools in the Madison area for swatting, basically saying that there was some type of incident taking place at the school when there was not. Police Chief Barnes said that they will be looking into each one of these cases, and if they can find out who made those calls, they will be prosecuting them.
The last thing they need, especially the kids there in Madison. All right, Brett Lemoyne reporting live for us.
The victims in Monday's shooting are a teenage student and a teacher. 6 others were wounded. 2 remain critical. Durante Matthews joins us. In Durante, Madison police say everyone was a target.
Yeah, that's true. They did say everyone was a target, and we have been out speaking with people all day, and every person that we have spoken to say their hearts are all with everyone impacted, not only the victims, but just people who were in the school in general, who the chief said everyone was an actual target. Now, as far as those victims, we know 3 people killed yesterday in that shooting, 1 student, 1 teacher, as well as the shooter herself. And we also know 6 people were injured. Now, of those 6 people, we know 2 have been discharged from the hospital, 2 are recovering, and 2 are still critically injured. We know that there hasn't really been any change in the conditions of those who have been critically injured. But we also have not received much update today in regards to who these victims were. Police have not released any information regarding their gender, their ages, or their names specifically. But again, this is not an incident that has only affected the school. We've been speaking with people throughout the community all day. Many say they don't have ties to the school, but it still hits them just as hard. And in fact, we've spoken to folks who say their kids have grown up at the school. Their kids' kids have grown up at the school, grandparents, and specifically those who live actually behind Abundant Life. We spoke with them, and they say, they didn't even hear the commotion that happened at the school yesterday, but they noticed that when they heard all the sirens, and police actually blocked off their their neighborhoods. You know, there was really no walkway, so they were kind of forced to confront what was actually happening out there. And then just the news, a lot of them tell us they're just devastated, and they can't imagine what the families of those victims are actually going through right now. But they did say that there's still a lot of unanswered questions right now, many that we tried to get answered at that press briefing earlier today around 1:15, specifically, you know, in regards to the people who were killed. And this is actually what Mayor Rhodes Conaway had to say.
It is absolutely none of y'all's business who was harmed in this incident. Please have some human decency and respect for the people who lost loved ones or were injured themselves or whose children were injured.
And I can tell you from the people that we have spoken to, there has been nothing but respect for the people impacted. I've spoken to people today who were just, you know, they were speaking through tears, just reflecting on everything that happened. But again, this is an incident that is prompting a lot of concern, and of course with concerns are going to come questions that we are still waiting to get answered. But in a couple of hours here, as Brett mentioned, that there is going to be a candlelight vigil for those victims, and that's going to happen on State Capitol grounds. So we'll be sure to be there for you and to bring you the events of what's happening there. Reporting live in Madison, Durante Matthews, Fox 6 News.
Durante, thanks. More on that.